Welcome everyone. I'm so glad you're joining me today and are ready to hear how you could transform your life from where it is now to where you want it to be. Today I'm going to introduce you to my step-by-step, no-nonsense formula for meeting and keeping your ideal love partner. Now before we get started, I just want to call your attention to a few suggestions. While listening to this webinar, eliminate all distractions, pay close attention, take lots of notes, and commit yourself to taking action, because the information you are going to get today will take you to a much higher level of understanding of yourself, your situation, and your dating goals. So let's get started. Let me tell you who this is for, so that you'll know if you're in the right place. See if you could relate. If you are frustrated in your personal love life and want the joy of a fulfilling relationship without sacrificing your professional goals, if you are ready to free yourself of doubts and insecurities when it comes to dating and relationships, if you are ready to stop sabotaging your relationship success and start attracting your ideal love partner, if you want foolproof strategies that will get you unstuck and close your endless search for Mr. Right, this webinar will benefit you. Now in the next 40 minutes, you will learn how to uncover your hidden challenges and fears that may be sabotaging your relationship success, how to create a clear vision of the kind of guy you'd like to meet, and more importantly, how you want to feel in your love relationship, how a shift in your thinking and feeling can reduce the worries that keep you up at night, how to increase your vibrational energy to manifest the love you most deeply desire, and how to start trusting and believing in your true radiance so Mr. Right is looking for you and you know when you find him. Be sure to stay until the end, because if you do, I will be giving away my new ebook, True Love at Last, Answers to Many of Your Deep-Seated Questions. Does this sound like you? You don't know where to look for quality relationship partners and your dating resources are drying up? You feel you are married to your job and you have no time for a true relationship. You are tired of being rejected, burnt out with dating drama, and frustrated with meeting the same kind of guy. You feel desperate that life is passing you by. You feel that competition has taken all the good guys and that the pickings are slim. Well, ladies, this webinar is truly for you. The information you receive will give you the tools to change your mindset, help you feel more empowered, and give you the resilience and confidence to meet your ideal love partner. So let me ask you this. How much time are you spending repeating the same old patterns that are ruining your chances for love? Falling into a pity party and victim role, believing that all the quality eligible guys are taken, thinking that you're not enough, saying things to yourself like, what if I'm not attractive enough? What if I'm not good enough so he likes me? What if I'm not interesting enough? What if I'm not sexy enough? So you have a choice. You can stay where you are now and do what you've always done, getting the results you've always gotten, or make a change and start getting the results you want. So what is the real problem? The real problem is you don't have a proven action plan or predictable system to turn your love life around, nor do you have the thinking or believing that it could happen. Plus, you are frustrated and even jaded that your dating experiences are becoming more of the same. So if you had a system and followed the 5-step formula, your limiting mindset and outdated approach to dating would be eliminated. You'll be able to open yourself to meeting your extraordinary love partner. You'll have the tools to build better relationships and deeper love connections. And you'll be clear about what you want out of love and how you want to feel in your relationships. The bottom line is this. Yes, you can create a loving relationship that satisfies your deepest desire using my proven formula that you'll learn today. When you put into action what we talk about today, you will have a step-by-step formula for creating the long-term relationship you most desire and definitely deserve. You will stop sacrificing your professional life to have a satisfying social life. You will no longer be meeting emotionally unavailable men or men who take advantage of you. You won't be worrying about finding Mr. Right, and you won't be struggling with your relationship goals. Now, before we get into this, let me take a minute to give you a brief bio of who I am so that you'll know why you should pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. I have a master's degree in counseling psychology and have seen clients in my private practice for over 20 years. I have coached couples, singles, and families struggling with their relationship challenges, including divorce, addiction, widowhood, abuse, deception, mistrust, and issues related to anger management and poor communication. I have co-written a book entitled 99 Things Women Wish They Knew Before Dating After 40, 50, and yes, 60, and it's for women getting back into the dating world. And I am a contributing blogger to Soul Fulfilling Love and Marriage.com and co-host of a weekly podcast, Divorce, Dating, and Empowered Living. What has my experience taught me? Let me give you a brief overview of my story. It wasn't until I experienced this great challenge that I realized how unprepared I was to cope with adversity. But the experience became a dramatic awakening that ultimately led to personal growth, an ongoing spiritual journey, and my passion to help others. It started when I was pregnant with my first child. I was sick with vomiting and cramps for over 5 months. And my gynecologist confirmed I had Crohn's disease, an inflammation of the intestines which was considered incurable, highly debilitating, painful, and chronic. I became so depressed that I couldn't function. I wallowed in my misfortune and submerged myself in sadness for hours on end. I felt I'd been doomed to a lifetime of misery and hopelessness. I felt scared and alone. Fear seemed to rule my life. In desperation, I started meditating to find some answers. In quiet, introspective moments, I realized that somehow, in some way, there was a lesson for me to learn from this frightening, challenging experience. I continued meditating daily, disciplining myself to visualize total health, my whole body healed. I began to feel more in control, less like a helpless victim. I started believing I was an important factor in my healing process. I felt I made a major shift in my perception of the situation, and I was able to feel hope and even experience inner peace. Meditation and visualizations became a big part of my healing process, along with a healthy eating style and positive attitude. This gave me comfort, reinforcement, and a sense of inner calm. I kept my faith through setbacks and discouraging times because I always knew I was on a perfect path towards my success. It just felt right. It's been decades and I haven't had any reoccurring symptoms. I consider this illness a wonderful blessing because it changed my life and spiritual focus. It sent me on a voyage into the unknown aspects of my body, mind, and soul. From this crisis, I learned perseverance, faith, love, discipline, and commitment. I learned that setbacks do not mean failure, nor do they mean defeat. I learned to believe in myself and to trust my intuitive sense. I learned to nurture myself with love and to feel joy and pride in my accomplishment. I especially learned to keep my mind steadfast on the positive and to focus on the end result with determination and conviction. Now, how does my story relate to what you are experiencing? Well, we're talking about emotions, despair, disappointment, frustration, fear. The principles I followed so many years ago, I still use today, and I have incorporated them into my therapy and coaching practice. You see, I can relate to your fears, frustrations, anger, disappointment, and worry, because I felt it too when my life was spiraling out of control. So now, with so many women feeling hopeless and helpless, struggling to find their ideal partner, frustrated that they are doomed to repeat the past, scared about what the future will hold, I feel the need to share how powerful the mind can actually be, how important it is to trust your intuition, and how believing in yourself really matters. And this is the reason why I am so confident I could help you, because I help myself, and why I am so passionate about empowering women to reach their desired goals. So what is the secret? And how does my story transfer over to your story? It's simple. I firmly believe that anything is possible with the right direction, the right mindset, and the right support. Someone once told me that the difference between try and triumph is a little oomph. And I believe that in order to triumph over your adversity, that little push from within is the difference between reaching your goal or being in an endless search for your dream. So let me tell you the secret to experiencing life-changing results. It's a simple shift in thinking and believing that something else is possible, that your lives can be better, that you can achieve what you are looking for, and that you don't have to sacrifice yourself, your work, your integrity, or your values to get it. You just have to know what you want, and that the possibility is available to you. It's about empowering yourself to have a voice, to trust in your value, and to speak courageously, connecting in life and love. Let me share with you some success stories. Sophia was married for 20 years with 2 children when her husband had a year-long affair and decided to leave her for the other woman. This was 3 years ago, and she was still holding on to the anger, resentment, mistrust, and pain that she felt when it first happened. We worked on her belief system about herself, how she deserved to be happy, and how her self-image and confidence were compromised by the experience. She understood that that was not who she really was, and by forgiving her past, practicing new strategies, and shifting her perspective, she was finally ready to let it all go, leave the baggage behind, and move on. 3 weeks after that decision, she met a wonderful guy, and she is now engaged. Here's Angela's success story. Angela was 32 years old and in a relationship with an emotionally abusive man, yet she stated that she loved him and didn't want to leave him. We discussed her definition of love, what she loved about him, and how he made her feel in the relationship. Did she really enjoy his cruel remarks, belittling comments, insults, and put-downs? We explored what she really wanted in a relationship and found he didn't meet her criteria for happiness and fulfillment. She understood her insecurities, codependency, low self-confidence, and self-esteem, and they were keeping her in the relationship. She vowed she was not going to waste any more of her time. After this breakthrough, she left him, focused on what she really wanted, and is now in a committed relationship with a man who adores her. So once you put this formula to work in your life, here are the things you will never have to do again. You'll never have to stumble through the dating process, or be afraid that life is passing you by, or wonder why you are still single and frustrated you haven't met Mr. Right. So let me ask you, is your current love life creating the results you want and deserve? Let's move forward and talk about how to change this. I am about to introduce you to my 5-step Meet Your Mate formula. And I'll be discussing 5 pillars that make all this work so that you become a happy and fulfilled success story. To get started, first you need to identify how your mindset may be sabotaging your good intentions. This is doing the inner work. In other words, what are you telling yourself about being single and why you are still single? Are you a certain age and feeling badly about never having been married? Have you been rejected in the past? Or has someone you love cheated on you? Are you assuming you don't have what it takes in this competitive dating world? Are you feeling pressure from family or friends to be married? These insecure feelings may be reflected in the things you say, how you present yourself to others, and how other nonverbal communication signals are interpreted by those you're with. All of these may not make you as attractive as you can be to a prospective partner. So ask yourself if you are emotionally, physically and mentally prepared to be in the dating world again? The answer may be that you are carrying past baggage into your new relationships, and your body language, remarks, and behavior may be reflecting that. Things like anger, resentment, mistrust, sexual concerns, fears, doubts, insecurities, etc. could be turning men away or turning them off. So if you don't identify the dialogue that's been going through your head, you could be sabotaging your chances of meeting a great guy and having a great relationship. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough to drop the extra weight, or pretty enough to attract a great guy, or strong enough to get out of your pity party. Stop telling yourself all men cheat, are abusive, inconsiderate, liars, and start telling yourself, I am a great catch. I deserve a terrific guy. I do have a lot to offer. I am ready for a serious, committed relationship, and then act like it. Remember, you attract what you believe. So to change your mindset, you need to start believing what you are now telling yourself, and you will become a magnet for meeting interesting, dynamic men. Think things through. Remember your value, and don't waste time with people who don't really deserve you. It's about making an attitude reframe. Decide, am I desperate to be with that person or worthy of being with someone who deserves me? Do you feel and hear the difference? Let's look at what your resources or tools are. This is where you set up your guidelines. It's important to know what you want in a relationship and how you want to feel. So you specifically want to know the kind of guy you are looking for, and more importantly, how you want him to make you feel when you're together. Remember in the last section we talked about your mindset. Nobody wants to be in an abusive relationship and made to feel bad about yourself. So what are the qualities you are looking for in your love partner? Kindness, gentleness, compassion, sincerity, caring, sense of humor, resourcefulness. These are obvious traits, but important qualities because you don't want to be made to feel less than you know you really should deserve. Remember, what we think we become, and what we become we attract. So what is it you are thinking? Now, where do you go to meet these great partners? The answer is anywhere. But do go where you most enjoy, because you'll find others who are like-minded, which can lead to promising introductions. So be bold, adventurous, explore different opportunities, be flexible, open, and receptive to new people, places, and things. I tell my clients, try on new venues as if you were trying on a new coat. If it doesn't fit, just try on another size. I had a client who finally understood this. She decided she's ready to step out of her box. She said one day she went to Starbucks by herself for a cup of coffee and noticed a handsome gentleman across the room. She smiled but didn't know what else to do. She decided to throw out her coffee cup near a trash can close by him. And as she passed him, she put her hand on his shoulder and said, "Enjoy your coffee." And then she quickly left the store. As she approached her car, she heard a man behind her say, "Excuse me. I know this is completely inappropriate, but I have to know you." The rest is history. They've been married for 2 years, and that never would have happened if she didn't feel good about herself and what she deserved. Know what an asset you are and how lucky someone will be to meet you. So go to places you're interested in, places that give you enjoyment and are fun, like a museum, wine tasting, Audubon meeting, guitar class, tennis tournament, coffee shop, anywhere where you feel good, look good, and are open to meeting someone awesome. That is how you stay empowered at all times, because you know you are a great catch. Okay, you now know what you want and how you want to feel in your relationship, but do you measure up? This is how you release your inner radiance. So let's set some priorities. Do you exhibit the same qualities you are looking for in your ideal partner? The bottom line is this. If you're looking for someone who has particular qualities that make you feel good and bring out the best in you, then be sure you possess those same qualities. After all, if you're looking for these traits in someone else, he is also looking for them in you. So ask yourself, who am I committed to be? Before asking, who do I want my partner to be? This is very important in attracting the best quality partner for you. You have to be the person you want your partner to be, and you have to love yourself first before you can really love another person. So in other words, if you want someone dynamic or successful or sincere or passionate or physically fit or articulate, whatever qualities you desire in your relationship partner, you can only attract that to yourself if you have those same qualities. So is my ideal partner looking for someone like me? If you don't meet your own standards of greatness, do some inner work first. Move in that direction, become the person you most want to be, and watch how you start attracting changes for the better. This is real, it's true, and it does work. So you need to believe you'd be a great partner, that you deserve a happy, fulfilling relationship, and that any guy would be lucky to be seeing a woman like you. So let's say you've met a great guy and you'd like to see him again. How do you keep him coming back? Communicate, because this is the foundation of all relationships. So how good a communicator and listener are you? Good communication should build trust, improve your physical and emotional connection, and enhance your intimacy. However, if communication is poor, it can do just the opposite and destroy the foundation that holds a relationship together. Good listening skills requires you to respond to what you hear and paraphrase what you think the person is feeling. This indicates you heard and understood what was said. Be open to the other person correcting you to make sure they are being heard properly. This give and take dialogue opens the door to trust, clarity, and enhanced mutual understanding. However, one of the biggest dating disasters I see is expecting your partner to be a mind reader. So if you've ever said this, oh, he should have known I wanted a romantic evening out because of all the stress at work, and you're getting mad if your partner doesn't get it, you are setting this relationship up for failure. Instead, encourage each other to share your desires and expectations. Practicing good communication and listening skills will give you each the support you need to voice personal concerns more clearly. Why is this so important? Because you're not assuming anything, which always leads to drama and disappointment. Assuming without all the facts is a huge dating disaster. So listen, so he feels understood, and communicate so you feel understood. Now here are some valuable communication tips. Get a pen and get a pencil and write these down. Number 1, be empathetic, which means you understand how the other person feels and can respond appropriately. Number 2, pay attention to what is being said by restating what you hear for clarity purposes. Number 3, choose to complain constructively, so the other person is not on the defensive, but rather hears the criticism with an open heart. Number 4, learn to understand nonverbal cues, to tap into feelings that are not expressed. Number 5, try to attack the problem, not the person. The person is still lovable and good, but it is the behavior you may not be happy about. Number 6, give yourself a timeout if you are unable to remain fair and logical during a conflict. Always state a time and place to continue discussing the issue at hand. And number 7, keep your sense of humor. Many times situations are so absurd that you can laugh about it, easing the tension and even the anger. Communication is a two-way process that involves listening and receiving information. Everyone deserves to be heard and not discounted for how they think and feel. Understand that the opinions, attitudes, and judgments of one person may be different than yours, but it does not mean it is wrong. To develop mutual understanding and respect, your insight and objectivity about how you communicate can go a long way to creating harmony and a long-term relationship. So here is the last pillar. I've talked a lot about self-awareness and your ability to understand what's going on inside. I've talked about self-acceptance, which means you are your own supportive cheerleader. When you have both, you feel strongly that you are deserving and ready to commit to somebody wonderful. But with all the guys you'll be dating, how do you know if he is the one? Obviously, every guy is not Mr. Right, and you don't want to make the same mistakes you may have made in the past. So here is your checklist to know if you have found a keeper. Number 1, are you comfortable being yourself? This means you could speak freely without walking on eggshells. Number 2, is your time together really enjoyable? In other words, you share common interests and enjoy being with him. Number 3, are you hooked on more than just the romance? While your intimate relationship is really great, he also possesses so many wonderful qualities you admire. Number 4, is he emotionally available, respectful? So this means he's there for you and you could really rely on him if you need to. Number 5, is your partner sincere as a best friend would be? So you could tell him stuff without being judged or ridiculed. Number 6, do your family and friends like him? So he's really liked by many people who think he's a great guy. Very important. Number 7, do you feel your partner is dependable and trustworthy? So you could trust that he is who he is and his word is truthful and honest. Number 8, do you feel a synchronicity between you both? So is there a natural connection you feel with him that you can't explain? Number 9, do you share a common vision of your future together? And this is just not a fling, but you share a common desire to be together, making plans for your future. And number 10, most important, does he make you feel good about yourself by saying and doing nice things? So now you have the 5 pillars or steps for meeting and keeping your ideal partner. Knowing what to do and putting all this into effect may need some prompting, but awareness is the first key. These foundational tips I discussed are just the beginning of what you need, but because this is just the beginning, you want to avoid all the mistakes that others overlook. And the key to all of this is knowing the system and exactly how the process works from A to Z. That is the secret to making it all work seamlessly. So just remember, yes, you can be in a loving, healthy relationship that makes you feel cherished, supported, excited, and fulfilled using what you learned today. In the beginning of this webinar, I promised I would talk about how to uncover your hidden challenges and fears that may be sabotaging your relationship success, how to create a clear vision of the kind of guy you'd like to meet, and more importantly, how you want to feel in your love relationship. How a shift in your thinking and feeling can reduce the worries that keep you up at night. How to increase your vibrational energy to manifest the love you most desire. And how to start trusting and believing in your true radiance so Mr. Right comes to you and you know he is the perfect one. So here's what you need to do this yourself. You need commitment, courage, and confidence. Let me explain. You need a commitment to take action. You need courage to break old habits and a willingness to change some things you've always done. And you need confidence in yourself because there is a proven system, a roadmap, a formula that will help you achieve your goal and keep you empowered along the way. So remember, what the 5-step formula really is a no-nonsense strategy for shifting your energy from the way you used to be to the way you want to be, so you can manifest the healthy relationship you dream of and totally deserve. So in the next 60 days, you could stop anguishing over where to meet your ideal partner. You can feel confident of who you want to meet and how you want him to make you feel. You can eliminate old blocks, limiting thoughts, and outdated approaches to dating, since you are now open and receptive to meeting an extraordinary love partner. You can use strategies and tools to step out of your box, prioritize your goals, and rejoice in the freedom and satisfaction that Mr. Right is looking for you. And you can finally trust your powerful radiance that it's working to attract and keep your perfect loving partner. Let me ask you this. What would having a loving, caring, supportive, committed relationship partner mean to you? Well, it would mean having the joy and passion of genuine love. It would mean having a partner to share all things in your life. It would mean you are embracing a whole new, beautiful, and confident you who is co-creator of your loving relationships. So the good news is you have a choice. You can take what I've been talking about and do something about it now, or you can do what you've always done and continue to get the results you've always gotten. But if you're still here right now, that tells me you are here for a reason. That maybe you're tired of feeling hurt, confused, and bothered by meeting the wrong kind of guys. Or perhaps you're done with allowing your past mistakes to keep haunting you. If you want to make that change and start getting the results you truly want, then here is what I have for you. Here's how I can help you. If you are interested in learning more about the 5-step Meet Your Mate formula, all you need to do is click the button below and book a complimentary discovery call using the online scheduler. I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours or so to speak to you personally about how you can apply what I've talked about to your life. Then you'll receive a short survey, which you need to fill out so I can learn more about your current situation before we get on the call. And remember, the cost for the call, it's absolutely free. But this program is not for everybody. It's only for singles who are willing to invest in their own growth, are ready to jumpstart their personal life with a shift in attitude and behaviors, are open and receptive to new ideas and new strategies, and are serious about following sound advice and taking responsibility for their own success. My job is to encourage, support, direct, and advise. I will keep you accountable and motivate you. Your job is to do the work and be willing to learn and change. If that's you, I've got something very special. But first, let me answer the question that may be on your mind. Are you wondering why I am doing this complimentary call? Well, I'm offering a limited number of free strategy sessions to help single professional women meet and keep the partner they desire and deserve. I also genuinely enjoy helping people move from where they are now to where they want to be. Plus, I am passionate about sharing the tools that help me overcome my challenge, knowing how effective and universal they are. So if during our complimentary call we see a potential fit, we could discuss it further. But if not, you'll still have a plan to get you started that will help you move forward and reach your desired goal. And by the way, on the call there won't be any high pressure tactics or anything like that. So go ahead and click the button on the page now and schedule a call. Remember I said I was offering a free ebook at the end of this webinar? Well, watch your email for a copy of True Love at Last, Answers to Many of Your Deep-Seated Questions. So I want to thank you for watching this webinar, and I look forward to talking with you soon. Space is very limited though, so sign up now for your complimentary discovery call. All you need to do is click the link below. I'm Amy Sherman, and I look forward to talking with you soon.